Reading Desire, Wisdom in the Letters. Hi, Perceptive Reader. I hope you are having a fine day so far. Today, I want to talk about your desire for reading. Uh, Maybe it goes without saying that you enjoy reading. It may also go beyond saying it's the exact opposite for some persons. All the same, I want to say or focus on your desire for reading. What is it about reading that you enjoy? When your eyes are 20/20, perfect vision, if you will, um, you can read everywhere. You can even read in the dark. But I'm letting you know right now, I don't think there's too many of us once we get up in age that can read in the dark, let alone because of the struggle that we have even reading in the light if we don't put the books at the sometimes perfect distance or reading glasses, you see. And so you may not be able to read everything that you want at such ease. For example, you have regular print in books, and then, you even have large print. And why? So that it can make it easier on your eyes to cut down on the eye strain. Um, all the same, what is it do you desire to read? We talked about the many genres, even more than just beyond the nonfiction and fiction category. Um, when you think about it, they have broken it down into so many subcategories that, oh my goodness, sometimes it's like, oh, do we got to really get down to this way or that way? But yeah, we actually do, because people are getting specific in their type of research, whether it's humanitarians or humanities, to spirituality, to civics, to entertainment, to comedy. And you can find even those categories in both, in some of them, in both storytelling or nonfiction mode as well, where you're just getting a lot of facts and reports. Um, for the most part, in James Poor Artistry, when I place my books on these different platforms, I try to keep it more in the still storytelling mode, if you will, unless I straight up put out an ebook that's talking about spirituality or what have you on just a specific topic, an experience in the workplace or what have you. But in general, I like to talk about life in the form of a way of being able to still uh, tell a story that will involve, some fiction, some nonfiction, and it still really helps persons to be entertained if that's what they want, or it even helps people to learn, even on still a serious, deeply moving matter that they didn't think about before. You see, all of this contributes to reading. When you agree, it contributes to the desire to read and keep on reading forever and ever. There's been a lot of interesting subject matters that I've been able to read on over the years. I mean, just from the comical to, like I said, the downright dark at times, and yet all the same, it helped me to still get a better view of a situation or the world, you see. And I'm sure you are finding this out as well. Now, you have some persons that it's like, hey, all I want is a good romance novel. Then there's other persons who said, all I want is a fantasy or sci-fi. there are phases that some go through, phases that I went, through myself, where, boy, if I could have purchased a sci-fi book, more in the subject matter of like Star Trek and Babylon 5, you know, just some of those books that have come out from the years, I'm telling you, they have still, see, if you think, um, I'm thinking about all those different Star Trek episodes and series that have come out over the years. And if you think there are not enough stories that they could come up anew, if you will, oh, you can think again. Because why? Some of those novels that have come out over the years, no, they haven't been made into movies. Uh, some of those novels, I can tell you that much. And one of the reasons why I think that may be so, there could be, of course, legal reasons for it, different timelines before they started doing all these different timelines. But, allowing the writer to just take liberties, you see, with the premise of the show. They still stuck to the centuries and stuff, but the whole point is they certainly could write stories that were not already even done, you see, in the series. And so you could get some ideas at times, even some of these writers, they could get some ideas from some of the novels that had been written, many, years throughout the decades or what have you, that they didn't even know was out there. And I'm telling you what, it'll certainly give people another aspect of what canon. Um, wait a minute. There's canon, and there's a legendary canon, or what have you. In other words, there are certain facts of the way the timeline and everything is supposed to work. When did this happen? Who was born in this, genre? Who was born in this series, and all throughout the ages? I wish I could remember some of them right now. It's just been a lot. All I know is one time they've even had museums on some of these sci-fi shows that were very interesting, and Comic Cons and stuff like that, where you could find out information that you still never even heard about in the series, when you were watching the TV show. But you could also find them out through just regular books and storylines, and that's what they put all together. All the same, there's a variety of subjects and topics that you could read about, and all you have to do is think about, even today, what do you like doing? You see, if you like farming, you know how many books there are on farming that you can still find? See, that can still cultivate your desire for reading even more. If you like gardening, if you like pets, if you like dogs, if you like cats, there's plenty of books on all these subjects that you may, if you want to get into reading, then you're like, oh yeah, I want to read up on this or that. You see, it's more than just sci-fi and romance novels and fantasy and things of that nature. There's a variety of subjects, and of course, foremost, the spirituality of what I would say the Holy Bible that affects our lives. You see, that we read maybe on a daily basis, many persons. So your desire for reading, I hope you will keep it, you see, and I hope you continue to learn, as reading does expand your mind. They used to say reading is fundamental, which means fun, but it's also a foundation for what we need, for what we must keep. And I actually think and feel, as always, that God designed us in this way, not to necessarily be having so much of a union or oneness with one another, that all we do is talk telekinesis. What is it? Telekinesis, or um, when the mag of telekinesis may be when you can move objects, right? Or, it'll come to me afterwards. But see, that's why I need to read again. Well, if I wanted to read on those subjects. But the whole point is telepathy. Yeah. You know, the way that we were made up with our eyes and all through, if you look at the early centuries, you can tell, you can really see that reading, what I would say forever and ever, is just supposed to be part of us anyway. I really believe that. And I just don't believe that we were just all meant to, like I said, always be trying to talk to one another telepathically and stuff. I just don't believe that. And it goes into a variety of the concept of something that I've seen with God, like holy, most holy, and even the way it is in heaven, even the way it is in heaven, the way that God just has his place that he stays. And see, this going into a totally different subject. So let me bring it right back to, in general, I really do believe we're supposed to write and we're supposed to read as well. I believe that. Call it a creative aspect of thought of me. Your reading desire. Take care, Perceptive Reader.